agreeing to do this interview. I'm just going to ask you some simple questions where you can answer.
Okay.
So the first question is, what university did you go to and how many years did you have to study?
Okay, so to get my bachelor's, I came here to UTB, or it used to be to UTB TSC. It was 5 years.
5 years.
But I'm sure it could have been shorter, depending on, you do full-time, part-time. And then I went to Our Lady of the Lake University, and I did, I don't even want to say how many years, because I stopped and then I went back.
Oh, okay.
So it could have been, again, a couple of years.
Okay, very
That's
good.
the master's.
Master's, okay.
Yes.
So approximately how expensive was it?
So thank to God, the bachelor's was, covered by what used to be back then financial aid, and it could come back then. It could help you out a lot more. Yes, I've heard that. Nowadays, it doesn't help as much.
Yeah.
And then the master's, that was about $60,000.
60,000. Okay. Very good. How demanding is this job, both physically and mentally?
It is demanding, but if you know how to balance your work and your life outside of work, it can be done. So what we talk a lot about is self-care. And of course I have God to help me with that. God gives me the strength.
Yes.
God didn't make me to do it on my own. He made me to depend on Him. So that's where my faith is. And whenever I become overwhelmed or stressed, I go to God.
Yes.
So that is a blessing. But other than that, self-care and being able to balance between both your life and work.
Okay.
That's what's going to help you.
Okay, so number 4, what does a regular work day look like for you?
Because this is my first year in it's my own business. I think it could change. But a regular work day is counseling and doing notes. I'm a part-time counselor at this time. But that's what it looks like.
And how many clients would you say you have per day?
Like I said, it's part-time. It's my first year. So at this time, it could be from 4 to 5.
Okay.
And part-time, that's like 3 days a week.
Got it. So how much do you earn monthly and yearly?
I'm going to tell you what I've earned in the past as an LPCI and as an LPC. And the reason for that, I just, since this is my first year doing my own private practice. So I've worked at Tropical, and the rate back then, maybe like 5 years ago, was 38.
38,000?
38, I believe. 36, 38. I hope I'm not. And then I worked at a shelter for undocumented children. The rate there, I believe, was 42.
Oh, okay.
That was a full LPC. At Tropical, it was as an LPCI. And then I worked in Superior as an LPC, but doing more of case management. So that was a little higher, I believe.
So
the rate
what would you say was the
50s.
hardest part of starting your career?
Okay.
And also, what was the hardest part of starting your own private practice?
The hardest part of starting my career, I would say it's time management. And learning to balance both work and your life outside of work. Because you are not a machine. And the hardest part about starting the business is not having a full established plan. It's always better to plan before do this. And having the support that you.
So you said time management and just planning out before you start your business.
Very important.